Welcome to Spotlight on Local Artists, brought to you by Charlotte County Libraries and History. I'm Judy Domzalski, and I'm here today with Henry August, a local artist who paints landscapes and waterscapes in the medium of oil. Tell us a little about yourself, Henry. Where do you come from and what brought you to Florida?
Well, I was born in Jersey City in 1933. I lived there for 29 years. I got married there. We had 3 children there. And then at the age of 29, I moved out of Jersey City to western New Jersey to find more room for our growing family. And it was while I was there that I picked up the hobby of painting, of oil painting. I was kind of bored and didn't know what to do with my spare time. Like I said, I was drinking a lot of beer and watching a lot of television, and I didn't think that was too productive. So I asked my wife if she had any suggestions. And she said, why don't you try oil painting? Because she had been to Cooper Union as a student and had a leftover set of oil paints. And I said, well, I'll give it a try. And I fell in love with it. I thought my first painting was great. Of course, it wasn't great, but I enjoyed it that much. And since then, I've gotten into the artwork and put out multiple paintings over the years. And I've never really taken a break from it. One time I spent about a year carving ducks instead of painting. But then I dropped that and went back to painting. So I've been painting for over 50 years now, and I enjoy it, and I find it very relaxing. Takes the edge off your anxieties and worries and things like that. And I'm happy to be here to bring my story to you people.
You have a number of paintings from photographs that you actually took while you were living in New Jersey. We were discussing that earlier. One of my favorites was a vintage painting of a snowy street scene with a 1950s car. Could you talk about that one a little bit?
Yes, that's from an old photograph that was taken in Jersey City before I started painting, but I took the photo with me when we moved. And when I did start painting, I said, this would make a nice scene. Although it was in the daytime, it was not snowing, so it wasn't very dramatic. So I added the nightness to it, or the darkness, and also the snow, and it came out very nice, I thought. And the name of the film that was playing is actually on the marquee. You can make it out if you look up, you look at the painting very closely. You can make out the name of the movie, which was starred Anthony Quinn and somebody else, I forget
So
who.
fascinating.
Yeah, I love that painting.
Do you remember the car, the make and model of the car that was in the street there?
No, I don't. It looks sort of like a Volkswagen, but the Volkswagens were not in this country that long.
Right.
So I don't know what kind of, maybe a Plymouth. Because a Plymouth had that kind of a back, but maybe not. I'm not a car expert. I couldn't tell you.
And you've also painted some abstracts, which is quite still using oils for the
Okay. The abstracts, I just thought I'd do an abstract and see what could happen. And it turned out pretty well. But I haven't done an abstract in a long time.
Well, you're overdue.
Overdue, yeah, it's true. Could be, yeah.
Do you have any formal art training? Did you go to school for art at all?
No, I didn't. But when we moved out to West Jersey and I started getting into art, there was an art association called the Art Association in Roxbury. It was very, very good organization because it included in its members artists who worked for the Picatinny Arsenal, a military installation or place where they were illustrators. They illustrated books and things like that. So they're very good artists. And as a hobby, they painted arty work instead of illustrations, you know, of cannons and things like that. And they're very good, and they gave demonstrations about, you know, how they do their work, how they did their work. And I learned a lot from that. And they also had some workshops that I attended. So that gave my art, I think, a boost.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, it was.
What made you choose oils as a medium? It's not the easiest thing to paint with.
No, it isn't, but I'm one to make mistakes and want to cover them.
Yes.
And, oil, you can do that. You can't do that much with a watercolor, but with oil you can let the red dry and paint blue over it, and you never knew you had red underneath. So it's good for correcting mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It takes a little longer to dry, though, doesn't it?
It takes longer. Yeah, it takes longer to dry, but I have the patience.
Who are your favorite artists? Do you have any who have influenced you in your work?
Yeah, Winslow Homer. I love his work, and what's his name? Joseph Turner
Yeah.
and George Ennis. They're all landscape painters.
I can see Turner in some of your pictures.
Yeah, I wish I was as good as he was. I like the Impressionists, but I tried Impressionism, and I have a tough time. I can't make it look like anything but a childish painting.
Are there any kinds of scenes that you do over and over, recurring?
Yeah, seashore scenes. I do that a lot. I have some from up north and some from down south here. From what is it? The harbor, Charlotte Harbor.
Yeah.
The name skipped me. But yeah, I like doing that. Palm trees and things like that.
So we had talked about that a little earlier, about because a lot of your paintings are northern based, Massachusetts and New Jersey, but you also do Florida scenes. So tell us a little about that.
Well, we came down here in 2003, so most of my painting time was up north. That's why I have mostly northern paintings. But when we came down here, it was a whole different ball game. The beaches were different. There's not so many rocks on the beaches unless they've been put unless they've been put there by, you know, artificially. And yeah, palm trees were a little bit of a challenge to make, but once I got the hang of it, they became easy. And well, I figured if I wanted to sell some paintings down here, I better do some Florida paintings.
Well, I think the northern ones are quite popular too.
Yeah.
You know, in Florida, I think everybody's from somewhere else, so they probably remind them of home, I would think.
And the variety isn't in Florida either. You have your beaches and your palm trees, and it's all flat too. You don't have much in the way of a mountainous region or anything like that. With different kinds of trees. We have a few different kinds of trees, but not the great variety you have up north.
Exactly,
So-
yeah.
So
And then, of course, the lighting is different.
yeah, the lighting's right overhead most of the time in Florida.
Exactly.
So you don't get too many cast shadows unless you're wait till the end of the day or the beginning of the day.
Yeah, at sunset.
Yeah, so it's Florida's a challenge to paint.
Do you have any exciting projects that you're working on at the moment?
No, I just finished an unexciting one. I tried to imitate Monet with his lily pads, and it didn't come out All right, it's small. It's a small painting. I put a frame on it. It was worth the frame, but it's not that good a quality. But
Practice, practice.
yes, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I should read more about them.
Yeah.
And, I do have 2 commissions coming up. One of my daughter's house in Texas, and another one of seashores, a beach in where is he from? That guy?
Lake Michigan.
Lake Michigan. Yeah, beach scene from Lake Michigan.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I don't usually take commissions, but these people are friends, so I
That's terrific.
took it on. Yeah.
Good. So are you showing at the moment? Where can our viewers go to see your artwork?
Well, right now, I have 3 paintings at the Northport Art Center in Northport on Sam Shapos Way, I think it's called.
Well, Henry August will be showing here at Mid-County in, guess when? August, the whole month. In the meantime, if you'd like to preview his work or contact him, you can do it through the Charlotte County Arts and Humanities Council. And that web address is www.charlottearts.org. And look for him through the directory. And you'll see a sample of his paintings and contact information. Thanks for coming to see us today, Henry.
Thank you very much for having me.
It's a pleasure. It's been really nice chatting with you.
Same here. Thank you very much.
I'm looking forward to the show that you do here in August.
There'll be some new paintings you haven't seen.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, folks.